We are moving to the next session. Next slide. Okay, I think that's all for the icebreaker. Thank you all for participating in our icebreaker session. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to break down barriers. Thank you all. Thank you all.
All right, so thank you, everybody.
So now let's head on to introducing our trainer for today. He goes by the name Muib Shifu. He is an experienced Wikimedia project editor. He was the 2023 Wikimedia User Group Nigeria Editor of the Year. He is currently a new page reviewer and auto patroller on the English Wikipedia. He has over 20,000 edits, wow, across Wikimedia Foundation projects and has created hundreds of articles around African academics. And please hold on for me. I can't see, Amarachi, I can't see the bottom of the slide.
Can you hear me, Lois? How is it now?
I can't see the bottom of the slide, but it's fine.
It's much better, right?
No, it's fine. I'll check from my end. Thank you. So, as I said, we are introducing our, okay, it's much better now. Introducing our trainer for today, Muib Shifu. He is an experienced Wikimedia project editor. He was the 2023 Wikimedia User Group Nigeria Editor of the Year, and he's currently a new page reviewer and auto patroller on the English Wikipedia. He has over 20,000 edits across Wikimedia Foundation projects and has created hundreds of articles around African academics and scientists, including good articles. So, help me welcome Muib Shifu with your favorite emoji. Okay, I'll hand over to Muib Shifu if he's on the call. Muib Shifu, please, you can take over now.
Can you hear me? Good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever.
I think it's giving feedback.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
yes, we can hear you, Mr. Sheffield.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, good day, from wherever you are joining us from. I think someone is not muted, so.
Please. Okay, I think the person is muted now. You can go.
Okay, and you should do well to also make me a co-host so that I'll be able to share my screen. So good day from wherever you are joining us from, and you are welcome to the International Women Day training organized by the Africa Wiki Women.
Done that already.
Okay, thank you very much. Organized by the African Wiki Women, and what we are going to be doing here today is we are going to be training the participants on how they'll be able to contribute massively women content to the Wikipedia project. So we'll be having a kind of short slides presentation, just 15 minutes. Then we'll be moving down to the main space where we are going to be creating 2 to 3 articles so that by the time you get to your own space, you'll be able to also do the same. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. And okay. Okay. So before you can create any articles, you also need to know what it entails to create the article. By the time you know that, that's when you'll be able to create your article by choice without any disturbance from anybody. So, but if you don't understand the guideline that guides creation of article, that is when you're going to be having a problem. So I'm going to do as much as possible to summarize everything in just 15 minutes because I was told that this training should be practical. So, but we also need a little bit of theory. So the topic is notability guidelines of IWD campaign and practical editing. So at the end of this training, you are going to understand the notability of Wikipedia, and also you are going to know how you can create and edit Wikipedia articles fearlessly, because a lot of people do create articles with fear because they don't know if the article will be rejected, if the article will be deleted, drafted, or if they are going to be queried for creating those articles. So at the end of this training, you are going to have the courage to be able to create and edit those articles. There's one essay on Wikipedia called Be Bold. So you are going to be bold enough to change anything that you think is not right on the Wikipedia space. So in short, when you hear the word notability, it simply means the ability of an article to be on Wikipedia space. If an article can be on Wikipedia space, that means the article has passed the notability guideline. And if the article cannot be on Wikipedia space, it means the article has failed the notability guideline. There are a lot of articles that are supposed to be on Wikipedia, but they are not on Wikipedia, not because they have failed the guideline, but it's because they are sitting down waiting for people like me and you to come and put them there on the Wikipedia space. So now, any subject, either human being or not human being, that wanted to be on Wikipedia space must pass the guideline set by the community. You know, just like what I used to tell people, there's no firm rule on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is being guided by consensus. So if the consensus come again and say, okay, let us change this particular thing, it will be changed. But for now, the notability guidelines are just 2 for now. We have the general notability guideline, and also we have the specific notability guideline. So we are going to be using the 2 in IWD training, but the specific notability guideline is the one that I'm going to be emphasizing more on, because people get to understand it much more better than the general notability guideline. Because general notability guideline relies specifically on references. It relies on the coverages, the independent and the reliable sources of any of the subjects that you are going to be creating. So in our own case, we are going to be creating articles about women. So if you are using the general notability guideline, then it has to be, the person needs to have a kind of significant coverages. That is, when you put the name of the person on Wikipedia, on Google, let's do something, a kind of short practical. I don't know, let me change my screen from 1 to all. Just a minute. I'll be able to share all of my screen. Okay, good. Now, what is the name of the moderator? Blue is what? Blue is what?
Lois Owusu Afram.
Can you spell it for me? No, allow me to murder your name the way you have done to mine.
Owusu.
Oh, I can't hear you. You are breaking. Your network is breaking. I can't hear you. I don't know if
Lois Owusu Afram. OWUSU. Lois Owusu Afram.
WUSU hyphenated AU hyphenated AFRAM. Yeah.
Now, when you search for her name, I want to show you an example of what we call coverages, significant coverages. When you search for her name, the first thing you see is Wikimedia username. When you go down, you see her LinkedIn. When you go down, you see social and other social pages where she has been mentioned. You see Wikimedia Commons. Now, you can definitely see that there are no news media covering her activities. Every day people do activities every day. But when you see some people, whatever they do would be covered by the news media. That is what is called significant coverages, not just ordinary activities. Whatever they do, you see people criticizing them, either praising them, criticizing them, or analyzing their activities. You see a lot of write-ups about them from reliable newspapers. As you can see now, there's not we don't have that for Louis. When you go to news, you see you will not be able to find any news about news. That means news is not significantly covered. So if you are working on the GNG, there are 3 things involved: significant coverage, independent sources. Now, most of what you have seen here are not independent because it was Louise that wrote this herself. These are LinkedIn page operated by Louise, a localized firm where Louise has a bio there. I'm pretty sure they reached out to her and she sent them her bio. This is an Instagram page which is being operated by Louise. None of those things are independent. Now the last one, which is reliable, and all the stuffs here, you can see that they are not reliable in the sense that they are not being written by a reliable news media. So this is what you need to understand when you are using the general notability guideline. Because when you put someone's name on the internet and you cannot get significant, reliable, and independent information from different sources, then the person cannot pass the general notability guideline. Okay? At times, people used to pay some of this newspaper a certain token fee amount of money to smuggle their information into the space. But you will see the way the information will be written. It will be written in a way that the person is a kind of flawless individual, a kind of puff piece, in the sense that they are going to be overpraising the individual as if the individual has done something. Whereas when you go back and check the information very well, you discover that the person has done nothing. So what they are just trying to do is to promote the individual, which are promotional piece. So all those two cannot count for the general notability guideline. So, but for the specific notability guideline, this is what we are going to be focusing more on the IWD because it is very easy to operate with and you'll be able to understand them very well. This one has to do with certain criteria given to a particular set of people. Once they meet either one or more of those criteria, they can be on the Wikipedia space. Let me repeat myself again. These are the certain criteria that are given to a particular set of people. So once those set of people meet one or more of those criteria, then they can be on the Wikipedia space. So for the IWD, we are focusing more on educators, women in governance, philanthropists, and CEOs. So now I'm going to be giving us the specific guideline for those people. For women educators. So when we are talking about women educators, we are talking about people in the academia, people that teach, people that lecture, people that are doing research, people that focus more on teaching and learning. These are the people we call educators. Now, for educators, if you are going to write about them, they must have made significant contributions in their field. And how you can determine that is to go and check their H index. When you check the H index, you'll be able to determine if they have made significant contributions. When you see something like 20 H index and above, then you should know that they have made significant contributions. Now, let me show you how to check that H index. When you go to the popular one, which is the Google Scholar, let us check for this man, Jibril Abdul Salam. When you go here, you see, what do you see here? H index 15. This is where you can check it, 15. When you check for this one, what do you see here? H index 2. So when you have people that have made they have 20 and above, what you need to do is to look for reliable sources that you can get information from. Then you can create article for those women. Also, when a woman educator has received a major award in her particular field, for instance, if a woman has either in the past or presently has won the Nobel Laureate Award or the Pulitzer Award, or the person wrote a book and she was given like a kind of is it yellow orange award, only recall very well, or the Cane Award. In Nigeria, there's an award also called the NLNG, Nigeria stuff like that. Nigeria Literature for Literature Prize for, okay, I can't recall very well. But those awards are major awards. So when a person have that kind of award, that award can propel that individual to be on the Wikipedia space. A major award. Now, I'm not talking about best departmental award or faculty award or a kind of association of economist student award or association of psychologist award given to her. No, I'm talking about a major award. Also, if a woman becomes a vice chancellor today, that woman is liable to be on Wikipedia. So as part of this campaign, we're also going to be creating an article for women vice chancellors. So vice chancellors that are women and they are not on Wikipedia, or the ones that they are on Wikipedia and they have very scanty information. So we are going to also be creating articles for them. And also, if there's a woman that belongs to a distinguished academic membership, like the African Academy of Scientists, or the World Academy of Scientists, or you have the Royal Physician of London, or you have, and so on like that. So if someone belongs to that kind of category, that person too can be on the Wikipedia space. So when you talk about the women in governance, when a woman is being elected into any political office, that woman is liable to be on Wikipedia. When you say political office, here we are talking about the maybe a governor, deputy governor, president, vice president, member of the executive council, which can be a commissioner, minister, and all members in the parliament. So when you see a woman that is being elected into that office or that is being appointed into that office, and the person is not on Wikipedia, so you have to write article for them. It's also part of the specific notability guideline. And also, any other people, any other woman that you want to write article for, either philanthropist, CEO, and the rest, if they can have any of this thing here, they can also be on Wikipedia. So if they have significant coverages from different reliable and independent newspapers, then they can also be on Wikipedia. Or if they have received the highest award in a particular country, for instance, in Nigeria, we have the GCFR award. In Ghana, we have is it Ghana Star? Let us check. The highest award in Ghana, if it should be Ghana Star something, the highest. Or the Grand Order of the Star and Eagles of Ghana. So when somebody receives this kind of award too, so you can also create article for that woman. So, and you can look at your own country too and see what is the highest award that you have in your country, and you look at women that have received those kind of award, and you look at the category that we are looking for, then you can merge the two together, then you are good to go. So, also, always remember when you are writing article that we don't want promotional pieces, we don't want puff pieces. You have to maintain the neutral point of view when it comes to writing article. When I say neutral point of view means you have to justify the both sides. You don't have to be praising. Wikipedia is not meant for praising. It's not meant for promoting people. What you have to do is to go straight to the point. For instance, if the person is a vice chancellor, don't say the person is a vice chancellor. Don't say the person is the best vice chancellor in history. There's no way you can quantify that. So you are going to see, by the time we get to the practical session, where we are going to be creating articles, like 2 or 3 articles for this training. We are going to see the way I'm going to be going straight forward to create those articles without sugarcoating any of the subjects. So if you have any question now, let us take it 5 to 7 minutes, then move down to the Wikipedia page.
Wait.
Yes?
Yeah, please, I can't really hear you.
Is it only you or everybody?
I think it's like you're a bit far from the microphone. That's it. So it's not really clear.
So can you hear me now?
I think there's a network issue. You keep going and coming back.
No.
Hello, I can hear you. Hello.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So please, I don't know. Where should I start from? Because they said they can't hear me.
I heard you up to the voice of the Vice Chancellor, right? Where you don't paint words, but just state the facts. Did
Okay,
anybody
okay,
hear
thank
me?
you. Okay, thank you very much. I said, by the time you are creating article, you have to make sure, please, by the time you can't hear me, you have to raise the alarm so that I will check again. No, I think it's from the network. So you have to be neutral when you are creating the article. You are going to see how we are going to create it neutrally. For instance, when you have a vice chancellor, you don't have any issue with he's the best or she is the best vice chancellor in history. You don't actually care about that one. So if there are stuffs like that that a lot of people have mentioned, you can mention that in the body of the article. According to, you can say, according to BBC, she was given the best vice chancellor in history, but not at the beginning of the article. For instance, you can't say that Louis is the best vice chancellor in the history of Ghana at the beginning of the article. It will look promotional. So we are going to be creating 2 or 3 articles today, if time permits, and we are going to see how we are going to be moving straight forward to whatever we are creating. At times, you might come across a kind of promotional sources. So it is you that you know, maybe that's the only source that you have, and the person is notable. So it is you that you are going to look at the source. You are going to take what you are supposed to take and leave out what you are supposed to leave out. So don't just look at the sources and say, okay, since the sources are praising this person, I will also praise the person. So it will look promotional. So please, any question before we move down to the Wikipedia space where we are going to be creating the articles? Any question?
Please, if you have any question, please put it
I
in
can
the
see
chat
somebody
box.
said they are all awards. So I didn't understand that one. Award, all awards are awards. Okay. Mrs. Ngozi, so all awards are awards, but not all awards are notable on Wikipedia. So please, if you have questions, you can drop it in the chat box. Let me move down to the Wikipedia space where we are going to be creating the articles. So before I've done some research where I come up with some names. So I'm going to be dropping them one after the other. So the first one, let us check. Let me share my screen. Okay, see the name here. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'm going to try. The name is Thandi Mgwabi. I think this person is from South Africa. Do you have any South Africa person here that can pronounce the name correctly for us? Anybody from South Africa or Southern Africa? Okay, so the first thing you are going to do is when you get the name, you just drop the name on Google like this and Google the name. So they said Dr. Thandi Mgwabi, appointed Vice Chancellor of Water. So from here, you can have an insight that the person is a Vice Chancellor. When you come back to under our women educators, we said the highest person in a tertiary institution. So as we all know that Vice Chancellor is the highest person in in the institution. The chancellor is just a ceremonial head. The vice chancellor is actually the person that carry out most day-to-day activities in the school. So now what we are going to be doing is you have gotten an information that this person is notable. So the next thing that you're going to be looking at is the sources that you can use to create article for the person. Then you just move down to names here. Now, from the South African Government News Agency, you have something here. It said, Dr. Thandi Ngwambi appointed Vice Chancellor of Walter Sisulu. You can see some information here. You just open that one first, open it in a new tab. Then you move to the second one, breaking Thandi Ngwambi named new Vice Chancellor. From Daily Dispatch, you take it to the next slide, next tab. Please, if you can't hear me, let me know, please. The third one is from Central News South Africa. Also, you open it, taking 3 sources. Then you have NRF appoint Dr. You can also click on that one too. Now you have 4 sources. Then let us go and look at those sources. From here, we can get the information that she has been appointed as Vice Chancellor of WSU University, which is Walter Sisulu University. And also, you can also get another information that she served in various roles, including Director of Human Capital Development. She holds a PhD in Cell and Developmental Biology from the University of Cape Town. That's where she schooled. You can also see that she has over 20 years experience. Over 20 years experience. So, and also, you can also see some other information here. When you move down to the next one, I think it's the same thing. Then the next one, they tell you when she officially resumed as the Vice Chancellor, where she served before joining as the Vice Chancellor, and where she graduated from. So now we are going to be using these 3 sources to create article for this person. So the first thing we are going to be doing is to go to our wikipedia.org. You click, if you are using English, you click on English. So you have to make sure that you are signing. If you are signed in, you will see your username here. Please, Amarachi, can you confirm if you can hear me? Hello?
We can hear you, Mr. Muyi.
Okay, thank you very much.
I can hear you. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to unmute.
Okay, so if you are signed in, then you are good to go. If you're not signed in, I think Wikipedia will automatically assign a temporary username for you. I think the era of IP address is getting close to an end now, because they will automatically assign a kind of temporary username for you. So that by the time you are coming back next time and you're not signing, it is that username that you are going to be using. Now, when you go to Wikipedia, there are a lot of temporary usernames. So now the second thing you are going to be doing is to search for the name on Wikipedia. Because we do not want a kind of duplicative names, a kind of duplication of efforts, whereby someone has written about a particular subject, and you are coming back again to write about the same topic, about the same person, then you are going to be having a kind of duplication. So we don't want that. So you have to search for the name first. Let us search for the name. Now, as you can see, we search for the name, but it said the page study Engwambi does not exist. So when you look at Underwater Sisulu, you can see that the name is there, but not as an article, but just like an ordinary name. So now, there are three different ways in which you can create articles. The first one is you can create the article directly into the main space. If you click on that this one, then it will take you directly into Wikipedia space. Whatever you write now, once you click on publish, it will move down to the Wikipedia space, which I'm not going to recommend that. Though there's a policy that says that before anybody can review your article, at least the person should wait for you for like 2 hours after you have finished writing the article. But still yet, I'm not going to advise you to do that. So what I'm going to be advising you to do is to either create a draft and submit it for review. And also this one, since you are working on a particular project and there's a timeline for that project, and you actually know what you are doing because now you know that the person is notable. So I see no reason why you should submit it for a review. It's when you are not sure of the notability of the article you are going to write, you can create a draft and submit it for review. At times, the review can take a very long time. Maybe after the timeline of the campaign has gone to an end, that is when someone will review it, because then it might not actually go for the campaign. So what you are going to be doing is you need to just add, somebody should be attending to these people in the waiting room place. You need to just add draft to the back of the name. Once you put draft and you search for it again, then you are going to have a page like this, draft, Sandy Ingwebi. So then you can click on the draft to work on the article from the draft space. Here, you can publish, come back later, write, clean, edit, make mistake, come back, remove, and nobody is going to actually say anything because we're in the draft. So I used to encourage people to write articles from the draft. Even me up to now, I write my article from the draft, and when I'm done with the draft space, I gently move it into the main space. Now, so we go back to our sources. So I want to know where the person is from. I think the person is from South Africa, but let us check. Okay. Strong educational foundation and enterprise. Okay, she's from South Africa. Because most of, let us go back and check here and see if you can see. Okay, so you just write is a South African I do not think she's a professor yet. There's no, they call her doctor here throughout. So research in virology. South African scientist and the current vice chancellor of water. So she's a South African scientist and the current vice chancellor of Water Sisulu University. Let me get the spelling right. So now, this is called the lead paragraph. The lead paragraph is what we make a reviewer to know if your article is notable or not. So you have to put those things that when they see it, they don't have to doubt the notability of what you are writing. Now here, what is holding this article here is this. This is what is holding this name. By the time you remove this name, this vice chancellor, this person will no longer be notable. This person is notable because she is a vice chancellor. So we have the lead paragraph. It's okay like this. You don't have to add any other thing to it if the person does not have it. But if the person has a lot of information, other information that is genuine, that we needed in the lead paragraph, then we can also add it. For instance, she also, or prior to her appointment, she served as the deputy vice chancellor. You see that it's also something that deputy vice chancellor of, was a place I saw it around here. Of Tshwane University of Technology, TUT, full stop. Now, it's okay. Prior to her appointment, she served as Deputy Vice Chancellor of Tshwane University of Technology. Now, you can either put references in the lead section or you leave the references to the body of the article. But as someone you're just writing an article, I think you can put the references there in the lead section. 1 or 2 references are okay before you move to the body of the article. So I'm going to be putting references there. So for you to put reference, what you need to do is to click on this site. Then you go to the automatic. So then you have to go to where you have seen those information and copy the URL of the information. Paste the URL in this box and create it. So once we create it, you should see something like, okay, like insert. Then you click on insert. Immediately when you do the first one, then you have to go down and create a place where your end references will come together, so that when people look at the in-text reference, they can also go to the end references to go and confirm it. So now you just write references, and for you to be able to make it a heading, you can do that in 3 different ways. If you are using a system, you can use Ctrl+2. Once you press Ctrl and 2, it will give you the heading. Or if you are using your smartphone where Ctrl+2 is not available, you can use double equal to this one. Can you see it? Double equal to. So, and if you want to use the traditional way, you will come down to paragraph here and you click on heading. Then you see the references. And there's one thing that I always tell people to do. You need to add a template to under your reference so that your reference will not scatter. So how you can do that is to go to Insert, click on Template, and just type ref list. Ref list. Once you click on ref list, insert it, you are good to go. So now I'm going to be adding additional 1 reference, then I will publish it for you to see that the article is still in my draft. So we also go back to the Daily Dispatch, which is the second one. So we copy it, go back to the article, click on Cite, then you create. So you click on Insert. Now we have 2 references. Then what you have to do now is to publish the article. So they will ask you, what have you done? Started a new draft. Because it's still a draft, so you publish it. So now you have started a new draft. What you have to be doing now is to keep on improving the draft to the stage that when you are okay with the improvement, then you move the draft to the main space. Can you see the draft now? It's just a skeleton. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to add additional information. So before you add information, you have to go and check which other information can you add to it. Instead, we are going to be adding her education to it. She did a BSc degree from this university, and she completes her PhD from the University of Cape Town. Now, look at the way it is written here. Ingwembi's academic route, run deep. Run deep. So you don't have to include this in your own and say, okay, our academic run deep. No, this one is media language. Allow them to use it. But on Wikipedia, you have to restructure your own. So the only thing you need to do here is Ingwebi obtained her Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Transkei. That's what you need. And she obtained a PhD degree in medical cell and developmental biology from the University of Cape Town. So this is what you need. So you don't need to sharpen her leadership skill. She pursued a tertiary education management. You can also say she later obtained tertiary a tertiary education management degree from University of Melbourne, Australia. So you don't need this to sharpen her leadership skill. You don't need that. So you only need to go straight to the point. So now let us go and add another heading as education. So Ctrl+2. Obtained her first degree from, and you have to be very careful when it comes to paraphrasing. Do not do copy and paste, please. So you have to paraphrase whatever information you have received. So let us go back to where we have seen it. It said she earned her undergraduate BSc degree. So I'm saying she obtained her first degree from the University of Transkei. From the University of Transkei, which is now known as Walter Cecil University. Full stop. Since we do not have any information about her master, so we move down to PhD. She obtained her doctorate from the University of Cape Town. From the University of Cape Town, in which topic area? In medical cell and developmental biology. Full stop. She also possessed degrees in, we mentioned the degrees that the additional degree that she has. Tertiary education management degree from the tertiary education management degree, which she obtained from the University of Melbourne. Okay, so I will leave the rest for you people to go and develop later on. But so now we are going to add the references to this. This is where we get the references from. You just have to copy it, go back to the article, click on Cite, paste it, then you click on Create. So you just wait for like 3 to 5 minutes. I think it's network. So let it come, then so it is still loading, so that's network problem. Okay, so it has come. So you insert it. So now you have a problem here. As you can see, site uses generic title. So to resolve that, just go to edit. You can see under the title, it puts both verification. So what you have to do is to go to the reference, go and copy the title and paste it. And also the name of the person that wrote the article is not there. So just once you are done, you apply changes. Then as you can see that the error has gone. So you publish it. What have you done? Now added a new heading and a reference. So let's see if you can add additional section, then we add info box, then we move to the next. We move it to the main space, then we move to the next article. Let's see. So let me see if we can get information about her career or award. Was appointed to review. So I'm pretty sure if one sit down to read all this, should be able to get something out of it. But because of time, what we are going to be doing is let us add infobox, then we move it to the main space. So now, if you are going to be adding infobox, so you need to click on edit. Click on edit, go to the template section, write infobox. But we are supposed to use academic for this woman, but because she's holding a public office, then we are going to be using office, public office holder. So that one is different from the normal one that people used to use for academic. So now you go to the insert section, make sure that your cursor is at the back of here, then you click on insert, template, then you click on infobox, then you can put office holder. So now you have the infobox here. So what you're going to do is you'll be clicking on the one that you have, the office that she's holding, the order of the office. Now, the name of the woman is this. The office that she's holding is this, Vice Chancellor. Where she's holding the office is the order. You have Walter Cecil University. You also have the country that she's from, was South Africa. You can also say who preceded her, or is who came before her. So you can just ask that one on Google. Who? I just ask who preceded them as Vice Chancellor of WSU. So this is the person that preceded her, Ushila Sonka. So that one is just general knowledge, preceded by status, incumbent. So also you can have education, where she studied, that's alma mater. They said she studied from You check here, she did a BSc. She did a BSc. Now, which is Water University. And also, so for this one, since you are adding more than one, you can use a template called unbulleted list. So you just have to do some kind of, you put two curly brackets, then you put UBL, which means unbulleted list. Two curly brackets, UBL, which is acronym for unbulleted list. Then you put the pipe, that's all. Any other school that you are adding, you just be putting the pipe. University of Cape Town. University of Cape Town. So when you are done, you close the bracket. So let us see what we have been doing. As you can see, this is what we have been trying to create, a kind of information box for her. So let us publish and see added info box. So now we are still in the draft. Don't forget, we are yet to go to the main space. We are still in the draft. So now we can also continue to beautify the article by changing the font size, the font, bolding some of the important aspects of it. For instance, the beginning name should be in bold. So you can use, if you are using a system, just press Ctrl B, just like what you used to do on Microsoft Word. If you are using your phone, you can go to the font style section and use the bold option. So South African, there's something called WikiLink, that is, you are trying to link the article on this page to another page. Please, so there are people in the waiting room, please. So South African is something you can WikiLink. For you to do WikiLinking, you have to highlight the word and go to this link, or you press Ctrl K. So you can link South African to the country itself, which is South Africa. Then you link the Water University. Once you highlight, you can press Ctrl K, that's hyperlink. You see, Water University. And also, you can WikiLink this university to Seoane University of Technology. Ctrl K. This is it. So this is called WikiLinking. So it is mainly used to link article to other article on the Wikipedia space. Look at University of Melbourne here. You can also link that one too to University of Melbourne. So we click on publish changes. What have you done? WikiLink, added WikiLinks. Then you publish it. So now what you have to do is to move the article into the main space. So before you do that, let me also add one thing for you that you can also do to improve the article. It is called short description. That is, when people see the article, what they will see first before they read the article. For instance, when people see the article, they are yet to click on the article. What will they see that will give them the description of the article? It is called short description. For you to add that one, you have to click on template, insert, template, and you have to make sure that your cursor is at the back of the name of the person. Then you click on insert, template, then you put short description. Then you put South African So South African academic. So that's it. Then the next thing is to move it into the main space. For you to move the article, go to tools, you go to move, as you can see, move here. Okay, I'm yet to publish my changes. So let me publish it. What have I done? Added short description. So now I'll go to tools, you can see move. When you come to the move, you see your article is in draft, right? Then you click on the draft, then take it up to article. So what that is in develop, fully develop, completed the article, then you move the page into the main space. Now, as you can see, draft Sandy Gwembi has been moved to what? Sandy in Gwembi. That is the real article. So once you move it, the first thing you have to do is to categorize the article. You categorize the article. So you can do that in two different ways. But please, if you are yet to activate your hotcut, you can activate your hotcut from your preferences. Hotcut is a kind of tool that can make you to add category in a very fast way. For instance, if I'm to add a new category, I'll have to click on edit, click on this, then go to category, then added South African academics. You see that it took me a very long time before I can complete that, added the category. So then what you have to do is to activate your hotcut that can make it very fast for you. So you go to your under your settings, your preferences, just go to search here, hotcut. Hotcut. You can see it, hotcut. You just click on it. Once you click on it, you will save it. Once you save it, then go back to your article. You will see something down here, plus or minus. Plus means you are adding more, while minus means you are removing it. So now, let us add additional one. So this person is a living person, right? So we need to categorize this article under living person. So instead of me to go and click on any like 6 or 7 different steps, in just 2 steps, I've added my category. So let me add additional one. This person is an alumni of Walter Sisulu University. So we can say Walter Sisulu University alumni. This person is also an academician of Walter Sisulu University. So once you click on other plus again, then you can add Walter Sisulu University academics. So this person is also an alumni of University of Cape Town. So you can also add her to University of Cape Town alumni. This person is also alumni of University of Melbourne. So we can also add her to the alumni of the University Melbourne alumni. So now you can see with hotcut, you can continue to edit on and on. And there's another thing called orphan. Please, when you write your article, you have to make sure you de-orphan the article. Okay, you de-orphan the article. When you say orphan, means your article is not linked So when you go to your tools, you go to what links here, go and check. You will see that the article is not linked to any other English label other than the draft. And we say the person is the vice chancellor of a particular school. So you have to go to that school and go and link up the article. So now what you're going to be doing is go to the school, search for her name. You see her name here. So you click on edit. You click on the info box. You click on edit. Then you go and look for her name again. Okay, good. Then what you have to do is to add the WikiLink bracket to it. This is the WikiLink bracket. The WikiLink bracket. By the time you apply the changes, then you publish it, added WikiLink. Then you go back, as you can see, the article has been linked together. You can see that the orphan tag that was doing red here has gone because the article is no longer an orphan. So when you go to what links here, then you will see that it is linked to what? Water Sisulu University. Okay, so now we have our article here. So if you have question, somebody's raising hand. Arat, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the lecture so far. I have a question. The first one was when you were creating the lead section, right? You said if the vice chancellor is no longer there, then she's no longer notable. I wanted to ask if someone is not a vice chancellor and then they have won awards. So how do you confirm their notability?
Okay, you can say Sandy Ingwembi is a South African scientist and the recipient of Peace Prize Nobel Laureate 2026, full stop. So the Peace Prize Nobel Laureate is what is going to be holding the person. Or Irat is, what's it called? Is a Nigerian journalist and a recipient of the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Award, full stop. So the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, that award is what is going to make the lead to be notable to reviewers. So when they are reading, they will see the rope that you have used to tie the name. So now what they have to do is to go and check the sources. If the sources actually correspond to that, then you are good to go. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir, you have. That's one of the questions. Thank you very much. And then the second question is about the deorphanizing. You said we have to deorphanize our article by linking them to another article that mentions or that they are related to. So similarly, if someone is also not the head of another organization, or maybe just a regular recipient of an award, so to speak, how do we deorphanize that if they are not the head of any organization? Or how do we link it to?
Now, at the beginning, when I was looking for the name, when I searched for her name, I saw her name in a particular place, but the article was not created for the person. So also, when you are creating an article, if you search there and you do not see the name of that person, that means the person is not there in Wikipedia. You can leave it. Maybe in the future, another thing will come that will warrant them to mention him. Then they will go there and mention. Often it's not a sin, or it's not an error. You get it? But it just makes your article to flow with the others if it can be linked to another article. Do you get it now? But if there are places where you can link them up, you can link them up. If the person does not have any mention in any of the Wikipedia articles, then you leave it. Then they can put a tag like this article is an orphan. Please help us to link. So maybe in the future, an article will come, and we link them up.
Thank you very much. I always thought being an article being an orphan is just to add WikiLinks or not to add WikiLinks. Thank you for the clarification. I know better now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I thought we are going to be working on 2 articles. And when I check the time, I can see 5:36. Can we still successfully work on other articles, or I should just drop the other 2 in what's it called? We should go and add the other 2 to the meta page so that you can work on it.
Sorry, I noticed something on the top of the article just now. I saw AI. What does that mean? Beside the talk.
It means if I want to improve the article if I want to proofread the article with an AI, I can do that, but I can only do that if I have a subscribe, either ChatGPT, a subscribe Gemini or Cloud. What I'm going to do is to set my API, then I'll put my API here and save. Then it will help me to proofread the article, remove the grammatical error, and also, remove the grammatical error, and also try to fact check some of the information there.
Wow,
so
is that a new tool? That's a new tool, right?
It's a script. The script that I install on my what's it called? On my own.
On the grandfather's Wikipedia setting.
So, any other question, please?
We are just happy.
Okay, dear, please repeat the part of reference. How you got to ref list? I didn't get it clearly. Thanks. Okay, thank you very much. Let me do that. I said for references, if you want to add a ref list, by the time you make heading, then you go down like this. You go to insert, template, ref list. You click on it and you insert it. Once you insert it, you have it. So since I've done that before, so I'll not be publishing it. So another thing that I'm going to also be showing you is something called authority control. Authority control means if the person is okay, if the Wikidata article of the person, there are journals or libraries that have information of the person, then you can use authority control. Authority control will bring those journals, library, the profile of the person in those libraries, and just bring them down to this place. But you have to do that one. Just do like this: insert, template, authority control. So let us see if the person, if she has those things in her Wikidata item. She did not have, but let us try and see if you can add it to a Wikidata item. Then let us try and add it to a Wikidata item. Then let's see. You see how it will come back to that place. She has no Wikidata item, so I will just leave it during the Wikidata training. I think they can work on that. So by the time you put that authority control, let me try and see and show you with another article. Good. Now you see something here: authority control databases, or ORCID, Google Scholar. When you go to edit, let me show you from the source edit. This authority control is it. It is the one that allows you to see that this person is also on this database, which is Orchid. So when you click on it, it will take you directly to the person's Orchid database. You see, Luciela Sonka. So when you click on the Google Scholar tool,
Sorry, is it possible to pick a picture from here and put on the wikis?
it's not possible. Because it's still licensed. You can see, once you click on this, it will take you to the Google Scholar tool. It's because of that authority control. So you can also add that one to the Wikipedia space so that you can get the authority control too. So,
sorry, also, I saw that your AI is trying to correct you somewhere, but you have not attended to it yet. In the academic career section, I think, is it here? No, I think the other article.
okay. Be here.
Tiandi Web, yes. The section, the education section. It was correcting you where she said she also possessed degrees in tertiary educational management. There are 2 degrees there, so you have to remove
Okay,
one.
yes. I wanted to add the other degree, but let me remove it so that maybe later on when you are improving it. She also has another degree in that particular field. So let me remove this S. So another question? So if there's no question, I think we have to call it a day now.
I'm so sorry, but I hope the recordings will be made available to us, especially for those who are new to the whole wiki editing and everything.
Yes, it will
Alright,
make available.
it should be
It will make
available.
available.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
The month that we are now, my throat is dry, so thank you very much.
Really, thank you,
So
Mr. Mohit.
I'm going to drop the other 2 names. We add it to the.
Okay, you're welcome. Please don't forget to add send the other articles here so we can add them to the list of prospect articles to be created. Thank you so very much, Mr. Mohib. Every session with you is always an impactful one, and I'm certain that the participants, the members of this class, brought value, and we cannot thank you enough. So thank you, everybody. I just watched our level of patience throughout this session. I was just monitoring the metrics and all of that, and I was, delighted to see that we all, waited for this particular session to be concluded. And just for us to know, the Africa Wiki Women is after ensuring that there are trainings to impact participants for a particular program or project, right? Now, this particular Wikipedia training was organized to enable us participate actively in the IWD training, the IWD editathon. So I'll be sharing the link to the meta page. If you go to the meta page, you see that we already have a list of articles to be created, right? And it's our way of celebrating these women who have given in one way or the other. So we encourage each and every one of us to click on the link and, put into action what Mr. Mohiba has taught us. And for the recordings, once they are made available, it will be informed on our platform. You can always go to the links to rewatch and implement effectively all that you've learned. All right. So we are grateful for your active participation, and also to inform us that we have a Rubik scoring for this particular event, that participants who make edits get the chance of getting data reimbursement, which is a way that Africa Wiki Women shows our encouragement, right? Because we understand that the cost of data has actually skyrocketed, and we want to really, assist community members. So do well to go through the meta page and choose your preferred task and get started. And also, once you're done making edits, don't forget to always use the participant link to document your edit. That way, after review, you get a chance of getting the data reimbursement that has been made available by the Africa Wiki Women. So I want to thank you all. Those that joined us from the beginning actually experienced the moderation of our fellow Leos, right? And thank you so very much, dear, for taking this particular session, and I'm really proud of you. So before we call it a day, I want us to, enable our cameras so we take a selfie in celebration of the IWD 2026 with the Africa Wiki Women. So let's enable our cameras and take a selfie. I'm waiting for us to. All right, I can see we've already started. I'll have to stop the recording now so that we can take